As the scene shifts, we move inside the cave, where the giant frog king is still in his small, cute form, sleeping soundly while snoring and drooling at the same time. His round body rises and falls peacefully, completely unaware of the tension building outside. Suddenly, a large hand reaches down and shakes him firmly, jolting his tiny body. Startled awake, he struggles to flip himself over due to his plump shape, flailing for a moment before finally managing to look up. Standing before him is none other than Seojan. Seojan calmly asks if the frog has been enjoying his stay on the 99th floor. The Frog King immediately straightens himself as much as his small body allows and respectfully addresses Seojan as the Black Dragon. He asks what the matter is and also wonders where Theo has gone, nodding that the 99th floor feels unusually quiet and empty compared to its usual lively atmosphere. Seojan explains that Theo has left for another floor while the frog was busy sleeping and drooling without a care in the world. This shocks the Frog King, who grumbles that he was not even invited, but Seojan ignores the complaint and states that he has an important favor to ask. The Frog King already knows he cannot refuse. Theo serves Seojan, and the Frog King serves Theo, so the hierarchy between them is obvious. After a brief pause, Seojan's expression turns serious as he firmly tells the frog that they must begin preparing for the upcoming blue moon. It is then revealed that the harvest festival has finally ended safely. The artisan rabbits have completed an altar for the giant red ribbon carrot, the minotaurs have returned to guard the waypoint, and the raccoon merchant guild has gone back to their usual place in the Golden Tower. The lively celebrations have ended, and calm has returned to the floor. However, despite all of this, no one has actually made preparations for the blue moon that is drawing closer with each passing day. Until now, Eileen, her father Anton, and her grandfather Kaiser had always helped Seojan and the others endure the blue moon safely. Their presence alone used to give everyone a sense of security. But ever since the harvest festival began, neither Eileen nor Kaiser's fountain statue has appeared on the 99th floor, as if they had completely vanished. Their absence makes the situation far more uncertain and dangerous than before. The Frog King, who has not experienced many blue moons inside the tower, asks if the event is truly that problematic on the 99th floor. Seojan explains in detail that whenever the blue moon rises, corrupted Ents emerge from the western forest. These monsters lose all reason and attack the farm relentlessly. They cannot be communicated with or negotiated with, which means they must always be fought off to protect the crops and the land. Even Baby Bear's mother, the giant bear who rules the western forest, does her best to block and suppress those corrupted creatures. But there is still a chance that some of them might break through and attack during the blue moon. Moreover, what the Minotaur King mentioned earlier is still bothering Seojan. The king sensed a strange and ominous energy coming from the southwestern forest, something that does not feel like the presence of ordinary Ents. This unknown heat and pressure gives Seojan an uneasy feeling that this blue moon might be different from the previous ones. Seojan then reflects that until now, he has relied heavily on his tower farmer talent, along with Theo's wealthy farmer talent from the Wizard Association. The Black Warrior Rabbit and the Red Ribbon Princess were also designated as guardians, and together they had fought against various threats that appeared on the 99th floor. But this time, all four of those reliable allies are absent, while the blue moon is still inevitably approaching. Because of that, Seojan decides to entrust the remaining guardian slot to the Frog King, who is undoubtedly the strongest one currently present on the floor. The cute little frog is stunned when he hears himself being called the strongest, almost unable to believe it, but Seojan's expression shows that he is completely serious. He says that he will rely on the Frog King's immense power to help defend the farm and stand beside him when the blue moon arrives. The Frog King is deeply moved by this trust and opportunity. His small body begins to glow with a green shimmer, and he gradually transforms back into his usual gigantic form, his presence becoming overwhelming and majestic. This sudden transformation surprises the pure Ents and Flamy the apple tree nearby. The Frog King remembers how Seojan once fought to protect the swamp and the gem frogs, and he knows that such kindness and courage are not small matters. With determination, he vows to repay that grace and promises to lend his full strength, even if his contribution may seem small compared to Seojan's efforts. Hearing this, Seojan smiles with relief, feeling reassured to have such a powerful ally by his side for the coming danger. However, just as he begins to relax slightly, Flamy speaks from behind him, her tone filled with worry. She asks what they should do about the blue moon, clearly uneasy about the situation. At first, Seojan tells her not to worry too much, saying that now they have the reliable Frog King with them, and with her purification powers as a sacred tree, everything should be manageable. But Flamy interrupts him with troubling news. She quietly reveals that for some time now, her roots have been burning and aching deep underground, and the pain has been getting worse with each passing day. Upon hearing this, Seojan's expression immediately changes, and he is left shocked, wondering how such a thing could be happening and why she had never informed him about it earlier. In response, Flamy explained that she had not mentioned the issue earlier because she did not want to worry Seojan. However, lately she had been sensing strange disturbances underground, as if countless creatures were moving all at once beneath the soil. Hearing this, Seojan was deeply shocked. He began to wonder if another type of monster had appeared in addition to the corrupted Ents, making the upcoming blue moon even more dangerous than expected. Even though Flamy admitted that she would not be able to contribute much in direct combat, she still cast the flame of protection on Seojan, asking him to be extremely careful. As Seojan examined the effects of the protective flame, Baby Bear walked up to him and asked what the plan was and what they were supposed to do next. Seojan looked toward the other rabbits and bats and realized that whenever the blue moon appeared, many of them became ferocious and lost control. Because of that, he knew he could not allow those who might go berserk to remain outside when the blue moon began, as they could end up attacking the farm itself. With firm resolve, Seojan decided that he would first scout the western forest. As the scene shifted, the bright sun in the sky began to dim as a dark orb slowly moved toward it, signaling an eclipse. High above, the Red Ribbon Princess noticed the change in the sky and immediately realized that the blue moon was approaching. She worried about whether the 99th floor would be safe without the wolf chiefs, the rabbit guardians, and Iona present. Theo calmed her down, telling her not to worry because Chairman Seojan was the strongest among them and would surely handle the situation on his own. Theo firmly believed in Seojan's abilities. The Black Warrior Rabbit also reassured the princess, urging her to focus on the problem right in front of them, which was the situation on the floor of the Red Ribbon Kingdom. Soon, a massive castle came into view. Everyone stared at the royal castle in silence. The Wolf Chief wondered how long it had been since they last saw it like this. According to Mason, Zarf's father, his son was being held hostage inside that very castle in the Red Ribbon Kingdom. Greed had demanded near-unlimited authority from the Merchant Association as ransom for Zarf's release. This blatant threat terrified Mason, and even the Black Warrior Rabbit was furious after hearing it. Iona pointed out that they could not trust the Secret Inspection Bureau either, so they had no choice but to secretly entrust the mission to her and the others. Theo carefully analyzed the situation and concluded that they would have to defeat Greed and rescue Zarf if they wanted to ensure everyone's safety. At the same time, they also needed to free the Red Ribbon Kingdom from the clutches of the greedy tyrant named Greed. From atop a cliff, the group took one last look at the castle before preparing for what was to come. Meanwhile, back on the 99th floor, Seojan, Baby Bear, and the Frog King headed toward the western forest. When they reached the forest's edge, Baby Bear called out loudly for his mother, signaling that they had arrived. Seojan felt slightly nervous despite coming here confidently to scout the area. He knew that they should stay close to Mother Bear, as she was the most reliable protector of this forest. Suddenly, a sharp, piercing screech echoed from deep within the dark and gloomy woods. Baby Bear immediately recognized the voice as his mother's and frantically ran toward the sound, fearing she was in danger. Seojan and the Frog King were startled and tried to stop him and calm him down, but Baby Bear would not listen. Seeing this, Seojan rushed after him. When Seojan finally reached the spot, he was utterly shocked by what he saw. Swarming around Mother Bear were numerous red creatures that at first resembled red locusts. However, upon closer inspection, he realized they were actually giant red ants, relentlessly attacking her. One of those creatures suddenly charged up and began spewing flames, forming a large fireball. Mother Bear managed to protect herself from fatal damage, but she was still getting hurt. Seojun could not believe that these small red creatures were capable of breathing fire, essentially making them literal fire ants. Even the Frog King had never seen anything like them before. Mother Bear struggled to hold her ground, unsure of how to deal with the overwhelming swarm. When she noticed Baby Bear rushing toward her, she became even more alarmed and shouted at him to stay back, warning him that it was too dangerous and that he must not come any closer. She wanted nothing more than for her child to remain safe. But Baby Bear refused to listen. Determined to save his mother, he instantly returned to his usual giant size, and his magical club began extending as well. With a powerful leap, he soared high into the air, shocking Mother Bear, Seojun, and the Frog King alike as they wondered how Baby Bear intended to handle such a terrifying situation. On the other hand, as Baby Bear launched himself into the air, he began spinning rapidly to gain even more momentum. His speed kept increasing as he prepared his strike, and with a powerful swing, he smashed his club down on one of the giant ants, attempting to completely crush the wild creature. The force of the blow shocked Mother Bear. Dust and debris exploded everywhere, covering the battlefield for a moment. When the cloud finally cleared, everyone saw that the impact had been so brutal that the ant had been split cleanly in half. After landing, Baby Bear returned to his usual small and cute size. Looking up at Mother Bear with a serious expression, he proudly told her that he was now strong enough to protect her, proving that he had truly become much more powerful.